I kind of call myself a sculptor slash installation artist. So I like doing outdoor installations. I like work that's fairly expansive. And I've kind of eliminated the criteria of permanence as an important criteria for the work I do. So some of my work is very short-lived. In fact, I did a piece on Ocean Beach in California that the total life of the piece was 7 or 8 hours. There were 9 months of work involved in getting ready for it. It was 7 or 8 hours. It was gone, and what I like to say, if you weren't there, you missed it. The reason I call this Lost in a Dream is because of this musical piece I have over here. And I started off with a cherry log two winters ago. Someone had given me a cherry log, and I took the bark off and started sculpting it and carving it, and I started seeing a multi-horned piece in the log. And I have remembered a critic talking about John Coltrane and saying that his music was like sheets of sound. So he got many different sounds out of one instrument. So I'm looking at this log that's 8 feet long, and I said, well, gee, I could do a multiple horn piece. So that's the piece I did. That winter, I did a John Coltrane Dream. Then the following fall, I started doing a Jimi Hendrix Dream, which is a guitar piece that I made entirely myself, and it's kind of surrealistic, conceptual. It's about the way the kind of music they made, not about the instrument itself. And then the final one, I needed a drum kit, so I did a John Bonham Dream. So those 3 pieces comprise this piece, Lost in a Dream. And the idea behind it was that all 3 musicians pushed the limits of their instruments. They got sounds out of their instruments that people hadn't done before, or very few had. But they also, at the same time, were continually pushing the limits of their lives and what they could do in their lives. And they all died fairly young. My favorite piece? People always ask me that, you know, and I kind of like, it's hard for me to say what I don't have a favorite piece. So if you can see, there's a lot of artists who they have a series of pieces and they work in that series and they work and work and work until they feel like the series has been exhausted. For me, I don't work that way. I have multiple series going, and so the main criteria for my work is when I'm finished with a piece, if it makes me laugh, I feel like I did a good job. So that's, these are pretty light and playful pieces. Even this is my latest piece, the pyramid, and when I had come into the bank, I was thinking more of retrospective, but when I came in here, I'm thinking, oh, gee, this is an ideal workspace for you, to exercise my power as an installation artist. So then I kept thinking what to do, and finally came up with this pyramid, which references the pyramid on the dollar bill. Then I have my money laundering machine over there. And then I had another installation that I'd done in San Francisco, and I had gone around and collected aluminum cans from the street recyclers and then took images of them and then crushed the cans into 2-pound coins. But I saw the vault. I said, this is the perfect place for me to do another formulation of that installation, and actually this is the best formulation of that installation, just because of the fact that it is a bank vault and this is about currency. Although it is not standard currency, it is a form of currency. I thought that this is going to be a pretty theatrical kind of show. You come in here and you kind of, myself, I can only make it a half an hour in most art exhibits, and then I'm done, and then I go to the food. But I'm hoping people can come in here and just kind of see each piece, and there's a lot of work that's dynamic and moving and flowing, so it becomes an experience for them just to be in this, and it's kind of like theater, but it's sculpture theater. So I think of this as being a theatrical show, and the other half is that not only am I a sculptor and installation artist, but I heavily lean towards conceptual art. So there's a lot of conceptual stuff that's going on with these pieces that you really have to think about, and I'm not trying to direct the viewer, but once the viewer starts looking at them and starts questioning them, then hopefully there'll be a deeper level of thinking about what's going on. I just want people to come in and have a good time and think a little bit.